Alright, hello sports fans, ladies, gentlemen,
Conjoined twins.
conjoined twins, whichever. Alright, here we go. Hello, ladies, gentlemen,
Conjoined twins.
conjoined twins, whichever.
Yeah.
This is our take two on the show. We just decided to start now because looks like we couldn't get a hold of Ice. Got to work tonight, so we're gonna do this just me and Ryan here. But
Goddamn jobs.
yeah, we gotta freaking do something here because playoff picture's about to start. We got a couple of scenarios, but first here we're gonna talk about the awards ceremonies going on in baseball, which are getting ready to come down to a close. And I think we're gonna start off
Pretty
with
tight.
yeah, it's pretty close races
All but
here.
a few.
We're gonna go ahead and lock down the MVP for the American League Awards here and talk a little bit about that. We narrowed it down to three candidates, which is
A-Rod, David Ortiz, and Vlad Guerrero. Like, there's really a question with these guys. The A-Rod with 59 home runs, 155 RBIs, and a 312 average, which you don't usually see from a power hitter. I think he's pretty much a lock for it. Ortiz has a chance with his 333 average, 35 home runs, 117 RBIs.
playing as a DH.
Yeah, he's playing as DH, and that kind
You
of
don't
takes a
get
little
much.
away from it.
You don't get much fielding percentage, and you're just coming off the bench to hit. So pretty much, we're locking down A-Rod for the American League. His numbers are, he's got a few. Well, he's got the least amount of doubles, but he's got more home runs than he's got more home runs than both of them combined.
Baseball.
I mean, if you add Ortiz and Guerrero's home runs together, they've got 61. So he's 7 shy of them combined. And RBIs, he leads both of them. Closest one is Guerrero at 125, but A-Rod's got 155 RBIs. So we're locking down A-Rod for American League.
Yeah. National League, or you want to stay in the American League?
I mean,
Cy
that's-
Young Rookie of the Year.
We'll work each group separately. First we'll go to the MVPs and we'll move to Cy Young. So National League MVPs, we got to narrow down. We wanted to do Ryan Howard up there, but
I really don't think you can be an MVP when you've got 200 strikeouts in one season. That's just ridiculous. There's no way you could possibly be helping your team that much with 200 strikeouts. Those are Sammy Sosa numbers.
Yeah, we've got it narrowed down to 3 players also in the National League, and I know what my lock is, but he's got a slightly different lock.
Yeah.
We've got Prince Fielder, and we got his stats here at 32 doubles, 50 home runs, and 119 ribbies with a 288 average.
Well, Jimmy Rollins has a shot. I mean, with 30 home runs, 93 RBIs, 299 average, but I got to go with Matt Holliday. The guy's got 30 home runs, 133 RBIs, 339 average. That's ridiculous. And his team's been in a chase for a playoff spot. Whether they make it or not, he's been a big reason they've even been in that chase. He's been hot for the past month.
So his vote's going for Holiday, and this is where we're going to disagree because I kind of got Prince Fielder, right? I dislike him because obviously, I'm a Cubs fan.
Can't deny the numbers, though.
Yeah, he's got ridiculous numbers. He's a very young player. I believe I'm wanting to say he is the youngest to ever reach 50 home runs with 50 by a year and some 100 days. But I mean, he's ridiculous. 50 home runs. The guy's power. He's got 32 doubles and 119 ribbies might kind of hurt him right there. But I mean, that just means people aren't getting a base in front of him. The guy is,
Let me put his age thing into perspective. I'm 23 years old, and the guy is younger than I am.
He's got a little more meat on his bones, though, too. So, I mean, that might help him out.
I can still whoop his
He's
ass.
big like his dad, but
Don't
know
tell
what?
him I said that.
He's big like his dad, but unlike his dad, I think he's got a lot more muscle. He's got some pop out there. And
Yeah.
also, unlike his dad Sessa was good for a few years, but I think Ryan Braun is just starting to show, and I think he's only going to get better from here. I mean, I'm not going to want to say that he's going to go off and get ridiculous like Barry Bonds, but it could happen. The dude is a monster. He's got a great eye at the plate. I mean,
Given his size, I think something's already ridiculous about comparing him to Barry Bonds, but I'm going to leave that alone.
Well, yeah. I mean, Prince Fielder might actually be hitting the weights instead of popping the running ways. All right, we're not going to go there. It's going to cause a whole other discussion.
Been hitting a box of Krispy Kremes too.
But you know what? The funny thing last night is I was watching it for when the Cubs clinched last night. Thank you. But I was watching, and he was on second base, and a mid to center field was hit to center field, and he was on second base. He tagged up and ran to third. And, he ran like, he ran like there was a donut sitting out there, so the guy's not afraid to run.
I think he more or less rolled downhill, but
Either way, he's not.
Still made it.
He's a big guy, but the biggest thing about him is a lot of the big hitters, power hitters, stuff like that, and you don't see a lot with A-Rod, and you're not going to see a lot with Prince Fielders. They've got good eyes to play, too. I mean, Fielder's got 288 average, which, it could be a little bit higher, but at the same time, the guy's not a huge strikeout king. If it's anything, it's pop flies where he pops out. He's not the kind of person. This is how much he's feared. A lot of the big hitters, stuff like that, in big games, stuff like that, if they're your first out or second out or something, you're going to go ahead and pitch to them. A lot of teams have walked Prince Fielder because they're not hoping it's either home run or strikeout. They're knowing that's a home run, it's going to be a hit. The guy's got a great eye to play. He's not striking out all the time. He's tough to pitch to.
Yeah, oh yeah, very tough.
So that's my lock. He's got Holiday, so we'll see how that turns out. Cy Young Award, we pretty much got our winners who we think should win it. For the American League, I chose Beckett, and that Ching whatever.
Chen-Ming Wang, he's got a shot. He's been good, but Josh Beckett has been good all year. Chen-Ming Wang went through a very small stretch, maybe 2 starts, 3 at the most, where he kind of struggled. Beckett had his struggles, but it was more innings and not starts.
Yeah, and the guy's he's proven himself year after year after year. I knew when he won it with Florida Marlins as a rookie how strong and lethal the guy was going to be. And
poise is his big thing. The guy does not get shook up, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna be a great pitcher down the line. He's a great pitcher now. I think he's a lock for the American League. That's my
yeah.
National League, we pretty much narrowed down between 2, but we got our winner. We think 2.
Yeah, I've been kind of flip flopping this one for probably the past week, but
we got it between PB and Brandon Webb, and we chose.
We chose Brandon Webb. Like I said, I've been flip flopping between these 2 guys. Like you can't deny PB's numbers. You can't deny Brandon Webb's numbers. He had 40-plus straight innings of scoreless baseball, and Jake Peavy leading the National League in wins, and his teammate Chris Young leading in ERA. But I really got to give it to Brandon Webb on a pitching staff that just doesn't have very many strengths. There's one guy where every 5 days you're going to go out there and probably get the win.
And I'm going to let him handle Rookie of the Year because I'm not really, he's pretty much got his Rookie of the Year. Pretty much
I'll cover the American League. I think you have a shot at guessing on the National League. But American League, there's really only one guy you can give it to, and that's Dustin Pedroia. I'm not too clear on his numbers, but he came out at the beginning of the year, made some comments, I believe, about Barry Bonds, and everyone was saying, who is this Dustin Pedroia guy? Well, I think over the past 5 months, he's kind of proven himself who he is. He's a guy that's going to go out there, play hard. For any Cubs fans that are, that know about this guy, he's a Ryan Theriot type of player. He goes up there, plays up to and beyond his abilities almost every day, and the guy has no quit in him. He's a very good player, and I think he's going to have a pretty big future with Boston, for those of you that don't know.
And National League, we kind of knocked everybody else out. I don't like Ryan Braun's going to get a good nod for it, but I think really, especially with this last yesterday's game against San Diego Padres, he had 3 out of their 5 errors.
The past week, really, he's really struggled out in the field.
Well, it ain't even the past week; it's been all year, and they knew this. They said the reason why they didn't bring Braun in a lot earlier to the club, they knew his numbers, they knew his power. It was his fielding, his availability getting the ball from third to first, and that was his biggest thing. He's had a lot of problems that
year. The guy can't hit the broadside of a barn with that baseball.
He can with his bat. We all know that.
That thing looks like a beach ball coming at him.
It's disgusting when you see him up at the plate. But you hit in the field. If you're 50-50 chance, you hit it straight to him, you're on base. That's the really sad part. Seriously, I don't know what kind of condition you could help. I know how many years you've been sitting there training up there to get this down. But I'm sorry, I played baseball and softball. It's not that far of a throw from third to first. I understand.
Well, there was a problem years ago. There was a big question about Aramis Ramirez. But he's turned that around. So there's a chance he can turn it around. It's simple mechanics that can be fixed. But as far as winning an award this year with defense like that, I can't see it happening. And then we have Chris Young with the Diamondbacks. He's an outfielder. Outfielders are supposed to put up the 30 home run. They're supposed to. He's a leadoff hitter, which can kind of help him.
That's our line to cut the show. So pretty much our picks for the National League for the rookie year is
Troy Tulowitzki. Huge numbers, great defense. The guy didn't buckle under the pressure of a playoff chase. So that's pretty much going to cover the first half of our show. We're going to come back and give you some wacky playoff scenarios.
and our 25-man roster who we'd like to see in the Cubs. So
Yeah.
thanks.
See you in a minute.